So the original plan for this video was not to do this on the end of this trip. I'm on a 5-year anniversary vacation with my wife, and it's not photography only. It's family time. But I was planning on doing this quick video, in the beginning of the trip when I wasn't a complete mess and exhausted after multiple days out in the woods. We're in the Mount Mitchell area of Western North Carolina, which is absolutely gorgeous. But I wanted to make this what's in my camera bag video, but a little bit different, just kind of a backpacking, wild camping edition. I thought some of you might find it interesting. So apologize for my appearance. I'm absolutely exhausted and thirsty, and it's been a very fun and enjoyable past few days, but it's also been a lot of work as well. So just wanted to go through the things that I bring on photography trips like this. So just to kind of start things off, I'll just go from the exterior and work my way in. I got to have a good rain cover for your pack. I always keep mine on the outside, so in case a passing shower does come by, especially in the mountains, they move in and out quickly. You want to be able to get a hold of it without having to fuss around with a bunch of stuff. So water shoes, so whenever you get to camp, you can have something comfortable to get out of your normal hiking shoes. Let's see what else is in this mesh pocket here. Of course, maps. That kind of stuff kind of goes without saying. And rope with a carabiner at the end to attach any kind of a bear can to a tree. Just better safe than sorry. Some of the more obvious things, of course, have a this is a 3-man tent. It's a Big Agnes, which is it's pretty good. It's actually not that heavy. And then at the top up here, let's see, have a Denney filter holder. This is just the foundation for my filter setup. My wallet. Filter hive. This is all of my polarizer, neutral density, gradual neutral density filters in one easy pouch there. Car keys, and that's really it for that top pocket of the brain, as they say in backpacking terms. Now the lower portion of this is, I try and keep everything in little bags according to what they are. So this bag here is it's a think tank bag, and it has anything related to light. So a head torch, extra batteries, waterproof matches, lighters, anything like that. So if I need anything like that, I can just grab this pouch and I know I'll have everything I need there. Plus it's easy to grab a bag out of a bag instead of looking for a bunch of smaller items, around loose. Black diamond, what do you call this thing? I guess it's just a lamp to hang in the top of a tent at night, which works great. And this is the Msr Pocket Rocket. So you just kind of hook this onto the little gas canister to cook dinner on. And these things are great. There's a lot of different variation of these. I like this one just because it's so tiny, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it doesn't cost a lot of money either. So small and light. That's really the key. And that's it for that pocket there. And then the main compartment here is where I keep the majority of the camera equipment. So open this up here. Have my pot to cook in. I usually only bring one because you don't need more than one. You can use this for pretty much everything. It's a lightweight titanium, so it's real thin, so you can boil water super fast. I would say just a couple minutes. And this is the little gas canister that you hook the Pocket Rocket stove to the top of to cook anything. So very easy to work with, no issues at all. And then as far as the actual camera gear goes, I put everything. This is actually the Shimoda this doesn't have a label on it. Oh, there it does. The Shimoda bag that comes with the medium size camera insert. And what I do, I don't have the Shimoda insert in here, but it was nice because it had a good handle on here. But I use this right here. And I can't show you everything in here because some of the items I'm actually using to film this. So I'll overlay some B-roll so you can actually take a look at what I have in here. But this is a great little kind of knockoff camera insert. I like it because it's very pliable. It's not very rigid. I mean, it can really just move into any kind of any area in your backpack, which makes it very easy to work with. And as you can see, I only have my Sony 70-200, a Sony a6500 here, and the Sony a7R II and the 16-35 G Master lens. And that's it. That's all the camera equipment I bring on these kind of trips, because like I said, this isn't a full-blown photography trip, but we all know all trips are kind of a little bit photography as well. I'm getting the evil eye over there. But what else is in here? Water filtration system here. This is the Catadine. Tons of different kinds of these. This works great. And actually, we just used it a little bit ago with just a tiny little stream just to fill up a little water bottle just in case. We're actually hiking out of the Mount Mitchell State Park right now. So, and of course, it seems like you always run out of water. Got to have a good rain jacket here. Now here's Black Diamond trekking poles. These things are absolutely critical in my opinion. You know, so many of these, you know, more strenuous or moderate hiking trails are very technical. There's lots of rocks and roots and boulders and inclines and downs, you know, steep downturns. And these trekking poles make it so much easier. So a good set of collapsible trekking poles are worth their weight in gold. More maps. See. This is the Shimoda, I think it's the small kind of accessory pouch, and what's in here is everything related to photography. So I have this thing's great too. And I did another video on these smaller camera bags, which I'll link above here if you want to take a look at that. But I've got, you know, like power bricks in here, iPhone charging cables, what else? Step-up rings for my filter system, extra batteries, let's see. It's kind of a little toolkit for anything related to cameras, for my tripod, remote shutter release. Oh, very critical. Nice waterproof SD card case as well. So, and speaking of tripod, of course, I'm actually filming on the tripod, so I can't show that right now to you either, but I will, you know, throw a picture on the screen or overlay a little bit of B-roll of how I attach it to the bag, but I just put it right on the side and just hook it to these straps here, so it's pretty simple. And then this is just a nice waterproof compression sack for my clothes. I always like to keep my clothes in a waterproof sack in case anything happens. Nothing worse than being cold at night and only having cold, wet clothes to put on. So never good. One more kind of lasagna, freeze-dried lasagna with meat sauce dinner packet that I didn't end up eating on this trip. Mountain House. These things are great, especially after a long day's hike. I have a Osprey water bladder system in here. This is the first time I've ever actually used one on a photography trip and a backpack, not a photography trip, on any kind of trip with a backpack. And honestly, it's just not for me. I still like the water bottles. When you have this thing filled with water, it expands so much and takes up so much room inside the pack, and it just made it really hard for me. I don't know what my issue is with water bladders, but they just don't work for me. And then the final thing here is this bottom compartment. I have just my belt here, a Thermarest sleeping pad, and then what's in here? Oh, just my sleeping bag. And I think that's it. Got a couple water bottles here. One we just pumped some clean water for, and this one is empty. And I think that's it. Actually, there are these two belt pockets right here. Multi-tool, compass. Very, very important. What is this? Some of these Propel water beverage mixed with electrolytes and vitamins. Kiwi strawberry from Gatorade. So these are good just to mix with water, just to kind of give you that little bit of, you know, get up and go you need to finish your hike and get to your camp or get to your car. Some bug repellent, hand sanitizer. And that is it. Oh, one last thing, one last photography related thing. My Moment wide angle 18mm lens for my cell phone, which I did not use one time on this trip. So that was wasted weight to bring. And I also have my Peak Design capture plate hooked onto the shoulder straps of my Osprey bag. And oh yeah, that's something I didn't mention. This is the Osprey 65-liter pack. Been using it for the past, I think, 3+ years, and this is absolutely fantastic. It's amazing how comfortable these bags are, and you really load these things up. I think my pack on this trip I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it feels at least 55 or 60 pounds, and it is a lot. And this has been a very tough hike. So anywho, I know this video was kind of rushed. I hope you got something out of it. I figured it's a little bit different what's in my camera bag edition. Wild camping, I guess you could call it that, backpacking edition. So I'll put links to everything in the description below. If you have any questions, you can click on those and dig in a little bit deeper. And if you have any questions, always just leave them in the comments below, and I guarantee I'll get back to you. And appreciate you watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.